Hello. In order to determine the geographical location of a certain climate, one should study the climate map. For example, let's consider the equatorial climate. We can see on the map that the equatorial climate zone extends in patches along the equator, and within its borders are the territories of several continents: South America, Africa, and the southern part of Eurasia. To determine the list of states located within a certain climate, compare the climatic and political maps of the world. We conclude that within the equatorial climate zones are such states as Ecuador, Colombia, Gabon, Republic of the Congo, Democratic Republic of the Congo, Uganda, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, and Indonesia. If the climactic zone occupies large areas, then there may be some differences in climactic indicators within its boundaries. Thus, there can be climactic regions in a climactic zone. These are parts of a climactic zone that are characterized by a certain type of climate. The main reason for their formation is the alteration of continents and oceans on the Earth's surface. On a climate map, the boundaries of climactic regions are usually marked by a dotted line. Depending on the proximity of the sea or ocean, as well as other factors, three main types of climate are distinguished: oceanic, continental, and tropical monsoon. Analyzing the map, we can see that there are no climactic regions in the equatorial climate zone. This means that no significant differences in climate indicators have been found within the zone. Climate depends on many factors, which are called climactic. Main climate factors are the angle of incidence of the sun's rays throughout the year, which depends on the geographic latitude of the area, movement of air masses over the ocean and land, the nature of the underlying surface. So, from the previous lessons, we can state that the sun's rays fall on the equator at a right angle, which in turn provides sufficient lighting and heating of the territory. In order to determine the air masses that prevail within a certain climate, we must remember, if the climate zone is the main one, then one type of air mass prevails within its boundaries throughout the year. If the climatic zone is transitional, then during the year, the types of air masses within its limits may change. To understand the whole picture, carefully study the climate map, which shows the movement of the prevailing winds with black in January and pink in July arrows. The Intertropical Convergence Zone, or ITCZ, is the main one. Therefore, equatorial air masses dominate here throughout the year. The underlying surface is a set of natural and transformed, that is, changed and man-made, landscapes on the Earth's surface that interact with the atmosphere in the process of exchanging heat and moisture. The Intertropical Convergence Zone covers the territory where mostly mountainous terrain is common and humid equatorial forests have formed. Ocean currents also play an important role in the formation of the climate. For example, warm ones will bring warm and humid weather, and cold ones dry and cool. The presence of currents can be determined by comparing the physical and climatic maps of the world. We see that within the Intertropical Convergence Zone, there are both cold and warm currents. Among them, the largest are North Equatorial Countercurrent, or NECC, the Humboldt Current, the Monsoon Current, and others. To determine average temperatures, study the climate map. It has contour lines, lines connecting points with the same temperatures. Black contour lines are average temperatures in January, and pink are July. Within the Intertropical Convergence Zone, the air temperature is high all year round, plus 26 to plus 30 degrees Celsius. To find out the amount of precipitation that falls within a certain area, you should use the scale that is in the legend of the map, where information is conveyed using colors. The darker the color on the map, the more precipitation falls in this area. The territory of the equator is the place where the most precipitation falls on Earth. The average annual quantity sometimes reaches over 3,000 millimeters.